Hello my friends, my name is Max, and today we're going to build a modern Deathwatch Veteran with a Primaris kit. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Make sure to stay until the end if you want to see the end result. And we will start with the torso. The plan is to use one of these Space Marine Primaris torsos and a lot of other beats from the Deathwatch. And our pal is gonna be, of course, a Space Wolf, because I can't wait for new Space Wolves to drop on our heads. Alright, let's go ahead and build a torso. We're gonna use this base for our torso, and we would need to start with beats 25 and 26 from a Primaris Intercessors kit. We have our beats here. They should be assembled like this. This is gonna be our torso, and I'm going to glue them together. And that is the top part of our torso. Moving forward, let's build the right leg from beats 27 and 28. These are my right leg beats. They should be assembled along these lines. I know from experience that it is hard to detach them, so I'm just gonna glue them directly. There is a lock here, as you can see. And that is our right leg. Next, let's build the left one from beats 29 and 30. These are my left leg beats. I'm gonna glue them directly. And this is my left leg, assembled. Now let's attach the right leg to the torso. There is a lock over here. It should be built like this. This guy has a very dynamic pose. And this is our right leg in place. Now let's add the left leg. There is also a lock here. And it should be sitting here like this. Go into glue it. And this is our pal with both of the legs. We flip page over here, and we need to find a backpack number 49. This is our Primaris Intercessor backpack. Should be sitting on his back over here like this. And this is our torso assembled. It provides us a solid base for a veteran that we're about to build. They want us to put him on a base here, but we're gonna do this as the last step. And this is a 32mm base. We're done with this instruction set, Primaris Intercessors. And now we are moving to the Deathwatch Veterans. For this particular pal, I would like to have this pink setup over here. Namely, we're gonna have a really big gun, 77, and he's gonna be rearming it with his left arm, 78. This is my beat, 77. Looks like a fancy gun with a scope. Drilled a hole here. Now let's see how it should be assembled. We're gonna do it somewhat like this in order to have a fancier position. So it should be raised. Let's try to glue it. And this is our pal with the raised gun. This way I can paint him however I want, because I will have access to pretty much all the beats. And now let's add a left arm 78. The left arm has a spare ammo clip. Looks like this. And let's see how it should be attached over here. I think I want to have it along these lines, somewhat like this. So he is about to rearm his gun. I think this is gonna be my position. Looks fairly dynamic for me. Now let's add his head. For the head, I decided to go with the Space Wolves upgrade sprue. So this is a head from upgrade sprue of Space Wolves. It looks very, very cool. I really like it. And I'm going to glue it directly. I think this is my position. He is looking on his left. Looks very, very cool. Now let's add some shoulder pads. Let's start with the left pauldron from Deathwatch. This is a pauldron from Deathwatch upgrade sprue. Should be on his left shoulder. I'm gonna glue it directly. And that is how our left pauldron is sitting in place. Very, very cool. Now let's add the right one, the Space Wolves one. For the Space Wolves pauldron, I went with a Space Wolves upgrade sprue. And I am going to glue it directly too. And this is our right pauldron in place. Now let's add some decorations for our pal. First of all, I would like to add a battle knife from the Primaris Intercessor kit. I think I'm gonna have it somewhere here, like this. I think this looks very, very cool. Our pal has a combat knife in addition to his gun. Next, I would like to add this small pouch with Space Wolves gem from the Space Wolves Primaris upgrade kit. Should be sitting somewhere on his belt. I think it would make perfect sense to add it somewhere here. This is our pouch. Looks very, very, very cool. Very nice. Next, let's add a handgun, because he would need a backup, right? I think this is a perfect place for the handgun to sit for this particular miniature. Next, I would like to add this wolf pelt from the Space Wolves Primaris upgrade kit. This is usually put either on helmets or on the guns. And I think in our case, it would make perfect sense to add it somewhere here, like this. And this is our pelt in place. It took me a while to wait until it fixed itself. I'm gonna be very, very careful not to disturb it. So I will give a miniature some rest. And in the meanwhile, let's add a purity seal. This is a purity seal from the Primaris Intercessors kit. I think we could add it somewhere here, like this. And this is our purity seal on his armor, looking very, very cool. We have old backpacks from the Deathwatch Veterans kit. This is how the backpack looks. It is a bit smaller than the Primaris Intercessor backpack. That is why I would like not to use it. But it has a really cool camera that is sitting on this shoulder, on the right shoulder. So I cut the camera off, and I'm thinking about adding this camera on his backpack. Let's see how we can do that. I think the camera could be sitting somewhere here. I need to melt it a bit. I think this looks very, very good. And now let's drop our pal on a 32mm base. This is our base. Looks clean enough. And let's glue our pal. And that is our miniature, my friends. It took me roughly an hour to assemble it, including selection of bits. This is our Deathwatch Veteran, who is also a Primaris, from Space Wolves chapter. We used the torso from the Primaris Intercessor Space Marine. We used both arms from the Deathwatch Veterans kit. The left pauldron came from the Deathwatch upgrade sprue. The right pauldron came from the Space Wolves upgrade sprue, as was this head, this pouch with a gem, and of course this wolf pelt sitting on his gun. We also took the camera from the Deathwatch Veterans backpack and placed it on this backpack for Primaris Intercessor. We took some other bits from Primaris Intercessor kit, this knife, this purity seal, and this handgun, thus making this miniature built from 4 different kits: Primaris Intercessors, Deathwatch Veterans, and 2 upgrade sprues: Space Wolves upgrade sprue and Deathwatch upgrade sprue. This mini looks very, very cool, and let's take a look how this pal stands next to some other miniatures. This is our generic Primaris Intercessor, who is also a Deathwatch Space Marine. This mini is assembled from the Deathwatch Combat Patrol. There was a box that allowed you to add some Deathwatch beats to a bunch of Primaris Space Marines, and that is exactly what was in that box. This pal on the right looks fairly generic compared to the guy that we have built today. This is another Deathwatch Space Wolf character that we have built previously. He looks very cool, and the pal that we have built today is very similar, apart from the fact that I should have taken another base, not the standard one, but a fancier one. But this is gonna be fine if I am using any sort of grass or something on a base, so this is not gonna be a problem. These pals look incredibly cool together. This is how our pal stands next to a Firstborn Space Marine. This is a Deathwatch Veteran that is made from the Vanguard Space Marine kit, the old one. We can see that our pal on the left is a bit taller because he is Primaris. And of course, compared to a Space Wolf Terminator that is built with help of similar upgrade sprue, we can immediately see that both of these pals are part of Space Wolves chapter. And that is gonna be it for today, my friends. Let me know in the comments below what do you think of this mini. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of other fun conversions coming up soon. Check out the video that you see now on your screen. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.